The rain is falling. The fans are soaked. But here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns.
For Baltimore.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. But I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Throwing. Mayfield. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Browns.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Ball carrier.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
25 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First down, they'll run with Hunt. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
He's taken down at
Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, Hunt. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
The 7th play now in this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A.J. Dillon with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brought down at the
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Jackson sacked.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Brings up second and
oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins.
Jackson's pass.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Browns will take over, first and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Mayfield on first down. This is Chenault on the receiving end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Laviska Chenault. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it second and 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
Mayfield.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Mayfield now. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 6-0 our score after 1.
Browns 6, Ravens nothing.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season, the future bright. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Jackson going to run. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st down, Dobbins, and the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
57 the mark. 57 the mark.
And they'll try the jet sweep here.
The ball carrier.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
It's 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10 yards there to... Start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Cleveland.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Connection made with Chenault. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
First down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Dillon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
He was brought down.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First down.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
15 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Lining up for the
So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Dobbins running out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Check it there. Hey, report. Report.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
So first that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Mayfield to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
50 seconds to mine. 50 seconds to mine.
Here's Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out, to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
At the 34-yard line.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
50 seconds. In your face.
And now the 3rd-year man out of Rutgers, it's Gus Edwards. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
He's across
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
2 yards.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The ball carrier.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it all...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mayfield. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Gain of 13 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but It shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Well, the second down throw on target, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
8 yards.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Steps away to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
And the Browns first down. That's the end of the third quarter with the score Browns 13, Ravens 3.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On third down, Mayfield got an open man. It's QT. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll run again with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown.
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit. The Ravens on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. Again, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. That catch good for only a couple. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Jackson will throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a gain.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And 3.
And Jackson throwing once more. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
That's good.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd and goal, Jackson, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, there to make the grab. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th.
Ravens 11.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Mayfield down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back.
Mayfield's pass.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning.
3-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 23. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Hunt, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Parkey is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking for Watkins that time. 3rd down here.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check. Lucky. 57 to Mike.
One last shot for Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Today's final score, Browns.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football, where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Browns, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew.